chronic public drug dealing, spawning shootings, even a house fire. Tonight's top story is our latest troubleshooter investigation. This is Wave News at 6. I'm Myra Ansari.
I'm John Ball. We have the rare ability tonight to show you what unchecked crime over years can blow up into. And it has all happened at a spot that's been a priority in Louisville. Problem is, neighbors say the priorities are out of whack.
The city of Louisville has spent millions of dollars on renovations to the historic Oak Street corridor over the past 10 years. Things like streetscaping and tree planting here at 4th and Oak.
One of the things that everybody said is that this street needs to look better.
4th and Oak may look better, but it has a persistent problem that streetscaping cannot gloss over.
Hey, I'm John Bull with Wave. Doing a story on complaints getting about this home right here selling drugs. Yeah, I know, but I see you here a lot.
A couple doors down from the renovated intersection of 4th and Oak is 1223 South 4th.
Let's go! I don't know nothing about none of this. Let's go now!
In August of 2022, I videotaped dozens of people per hour walking or driving or biking up, pulling out cash, going in, spending a minute or two inside, and coming out with what they got in the palm of their hand. Sometimes I got a good look at what they were buying. Tightly wrapped baggies of something white, which tenants said were heroin, meth, or crack rocks. Neighbors came to me because they said when they called police, they were told to stop calling.
They buy their drugs. A lot of times they run up in our little enclosed patio and they shoot up right in front of our doorbell camera. They leave hypodermics laying around, and it's just a constant trail of addicts.
Have you guys complained?
The police are not doing anything. They say it's not a priority right now under the current administration. So any officer you ask, they say they are not going after drugs.
What happened after I exposed what was going on here and nothing was done? Drug dealing continued, and this is security video of someone coming to 1223 South 4th a couple months later, walking out and opening fire at a nearby house. Vivid gun barrel flashes, pieces of brick kicked up by a bullet crashing right below a window.
And the fact that that still doesn't get a response is just mind-boggling.
This neighborhood business owner agreed to talk to us about their years-long crusade against the problem.
You report it, and I think the expected response is nothing. Just the police usually don't come. If they do come, it's really just sort of slap on the wrist, like they will talk to people on the street and maybe move them along, but not issue citations, not make arrests, not follow through. And so I think that's been the usual pattern.
He shared the emails he's written to members of city government. Still nothing. Then something. Something much worse, right in front of 1223 South 4th. A loud argument out on the sidewalk, caught on camera. Then a gun pulled out. Watch the upper left of the screen. The man shot, pleads for his life. No next move when you're shot multiple times. Somehow the victim survived and police were able to arrest the gunman.
When a single shooting happens on Bardstown Road in the Highlands, the city hosts a Q&A, police officials come out, meet with the community. In Old Louisville, they won't even acknowledge there's a problem, and they don't come and visit the neighborhood.
2 months later, the neighborhood does get a visit from the city fire trucks, because 1223 South 4th goes up in flames on December 5th.
I would say it was an expected outcome of continually ignoring what was a known issue to the city over the course of years. Of course, you never want to see it come to that, but I don't think any of the neighboring business owners were surprised to see it go up in flames.
He fired off more emails. This morning, this same drug house caught on fire, despite numerous complaints to the city and police over the years. His plea again to confront the open-air drug dealing at 4th and Oak, after all this, apparently went nowhere.
I've seen drug dealing still going on. What have you noticed?
It's the same. Very, very little change, if any change at all.
I took another undercover look, parked in the same spots I used in my first report in 2022, and recorded the same stuff. Large groups of people in sub-freezing weather sitting right in front of 1223 South 4th, counting out something small and white in their palms, packaging it up in the corner of plastic baggies, taking money and twisting off sales. A steady stream of customers, forking out cash, sorting the inventory to fill the order, while police drive right by it all and no one flinches. To answer this neighborhood's concerns, I went right to the top, reading the mayor one of the responses to the complaints.
So the mayor actually has all authority in this situation, and the mayor can make the police enforce drug laws or not.
Violent crime, drug trafficking, like you're talking about, and things of that nature, that is simply unacceptable, and we can and we must do more. When you're talking about drug houses, the police, yes, we can and we must do more. We also need our codes and regulations to enforce the violations in those drug houses to ensure we crack down on those and get tenants or owners of those homes that are better.
Some argue the tenants are the biggest victims in all this.
Yeah, the really sad part of this is a lot of these are low-income folks just trying to find a safe place to live. And, you know, it really, I think, runs contrary to the stated goals of the city to provide affordable housing for low-income folks when they don't enforce basic safety and quality of life issues like this in the places where these people live. In fact, when this house burned recently, I know at least 2 tenants ended up homeless on the streets in freezing temperatures. So who's accountable for that?
Now, Louisville Fire tells me the house fire on December 5th is determined to be an incendiary fire and is still an active criminal investigation. Louisville police responded in a statement that says LMPD's top priority is reduction of the violent crime that continues to plague our city. They're working alongside community partners to address nuisance locations, and the 4th District continues to have a visible officer presence in the area, including 4th and Oak, and we continue to investigate criminal activity.
Wow, thank you so much.